I'm going to do is present the Jackson DeVille Award to the student that demonstrates leadership and artistic excellence. There are many of you that fit that, and he's a very special person this year. I came here first in 1985, and Jackson DeVille was actually the principal of the school at that time. And for the first month, I didn't know who he was. As a matter of fact, I thought he was the head caretaker. He dressed in a very casual way, usually jeans, the white t-shirt that was usually not tucked in, and in the staff room or in his office, he was a chain smoker. The plants in his office were sticks. I think one time they had leaves or something, maybe even flowers on it, but basically they were sticks. He was an iconoclast in many ways. I remember one time, not just one time, he was great at delegating to the vice principals. I remember one year, basically, this was before my time with Jackson, that he took basically a year off, delegated, and wrote the school play. He was a man of many, many talents. He was an athlete. He was a championship. I think he was given the Commonwealth Games with a hammer throw. That's something of a shot put, only you throw a hammer. Intimidating he was. He was a very, very large presence, but it seems that we had a common interest, and that was going back to the days when I was interested in birds. As a matter of fact, a lot of you people don't know that. But I painted them, and one day when I was going into the staff room, he was reading the newspaper. And by the way, I said something like the same speech last year, but I was assured by Tara that no one here would remember anything that I said. So I didn't write anything down today, so basically I'm repeating what I remembered. And so he had the newspaper up like this, and a mist of smoke was coming up, the room was blue, and down came the paper, and his eyes looked at me, and he was just doing this. Well, I was horrified. Because, I mean, he wasn't intimidating presence. And he came over and he says, "You like birds?" I said, "Yes." "You like birds, you like to paint birds." Anyway, we struck up a very, very great friendship. And I watched him do, he had many talents. He was it was interesting, it was a party at one of his places. And all of a sudden, he broke out in singing. He was part of a barbershop quartet, as a matter of fact. I'd never heard that before. So on top of that, he was a poet, who Mr. Torok here, I know, composed music to one of his poems, and that was performed here, I believe, when Mr. Jackson was still alive. Now, if he were here today, I'm sure he would take great pleasure in knowing the very worthy recipient for this award. I'd like to present you to none other than Camilla. For a few minutes. Now we have the visual arts presentation.